Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to speak to you about the herbs, the supplements and all the things I use to help me cope with my MS. So I am on Ocrevus. I'm on infusions every 6 months. So obviously that is my main source of medication and how I cope with my MS on a grand macro level. However, there are things that I do through supplements and herbs which are very important to me, really help me cope on the day-to-day level. So those are things like fatigue, brain fog, memory, overall cognitive function, and all the things like that. So for starters, I would obviously speak to your doctor and neurologist to see whether the herbs and supplements are okay with you and your body. So these are just like the general vitamins that I find my body needs, and I can see a huge difference when I'm not taking vitamins and supplements versus when I am. My overall energy, my mental state, my ability to remember things, my ability to be a functioning, happy, healthy person that has energy to do things is greatly impacted when I don't take supplements and vitamins. And yeah, so getting into the ones that I personally take, but then there's also general ones that most people with MS should be taking if you find that you are someone that suffers with a lot of fatigue and brain fog and whatnot. So the ones that I swear by are iron, and I take an iron chewy as well as an iron tablet. I am chronically iron deficient, so that is definitely general for me and my body. However, I would definitely recommend that you get tested for your iron levels, because there is a difference between getting enough iron in your diet and then actually being able to absorb that iron. So definitely get checked and tested to see if your iron levels are okay, because I was suffering a lot with fatigue and I definitely attributed all of that to MS. And then I discovered that I'm actually chronically iron deficient, which made a lot of sense. So now that I've been taking iron and iron supplements, I'm doing a lot better. When my iron was normal, I was still suffering from the general MS fatigue. And so even when my iron was normal, I still found that I needed to take iron supplements. So at the moment, I'm obviously dealing with being iron deficient, but like I said, I've been normal iron levels before and still felt fatigued and still improved when I had iron supplements. So yeah, take it or leave it, but I find that that is a really great supplement to be using. So then another supplement that a lot of people with MS should be taking is vitamin B12. There are a lot of studies that suggest that people who have MS have also a higher chance of being B12 deficient. Of course, check in with your doctor, get your bloods tested. So it's a good idea to get your B vitamins in, whether this be through a pill, a supplement, and obviously through your diet first and foremost. I like to take a B12 spray. I really like it and it's great for me. Speaking about my iron again, I also always take a vitamin C. So this really helps absorb iron, but this also gives you that energy that a lot of people with MS are saying they don't have. And it's a real lived experience for people with MS. We really suffer from fatigue. So vitamin C is super important, just any kind of vitamin C that you can get your hands on. I also always take a vitamin D3. This is also extremely important for people with MS. I take a vitamin D3, which is the 1000 whatever, I don't actually know what it's called, but it's basically like the recommended dose of vitamin D. I also take an omega-3. Omega-3 is important for obvious reasons. It helps with our brain function, it helps support the fatty tissues within our brain. It's important to have a healthy brain because MS affects the brain. So getting into energy, and now this is getting into like the tinctures and things that I like to take. I like to take a herbal infusion of dandelion root, nettle, hibiscus, raspberry. There's a lot of other herbs that support hormonal health and energy levels, detoxing the liver, etc, etc. So my combination and my preference is always going to be dandelion. I love dandelion. and I think it is such a powerful herb. What I do is I soak my herbal infusions overnight, and you can just Google what supports MS. Things like chamomile, things like dandelion, nettle, raspberry, all these very natural herbs, or even St. John's wort. Obviously check in with your doctor, but if you get the go-ahead to be using herbal supplements, I would highly recommend them. And just for general hormonal health, especially for anyone who is a woman, we have a lot of cycles and a lot of hormone imbalances, so it's important that we regulate our hormones. So I soak my herbs overnight in a coffee plunger. I use hot water and I leave them for about 10 hours. That is, I think, the best way to be drinking your herbal infusions. The next morning I come in and I strain the herbs and I drink that infusion. And I like to drink about a liter, not a day, but I'll make like a liter of herbal infusion and I'll drink it over 2 days. So yeah, you can drink the liter over a day, that's perfectly fine. But that's just what I do, especially when it comes to herbal infusions. Then getting into tinctures. Tinctures are really important for energy levels. I like to take lion's mane cordyceps. They are very phenomenal, and if you have them in your area, you should definitely get your hands on them. I buy them from a company that makes them in a mixture, and you just drop them into your water. They really help with energy. I honestly swear by this. Lion's mane cordyceps are amazing. When it comes to things like anxiety, I would highly recommend chamomile, St. John's wort, things of that nature, anything that's quite relaxing. And then when it comes to energy, I would recommend ginseng, cordyceps, reishi, lion's mane, things like that, instead of coffee, which could often leave us feeling depleted, instead of giving us that natural, long-lasting, healthy energy. When it comes to superfoods, I love to have cacao every single day. I love chasteberry, I love ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is also amazing when it comes to MS and supporting our bodies, and it's a very healthy superfood. There's also things like maca. Maca is beautiful. My go-tos would obviously be cacao, chasteberry, and ashwagandha, definitely. There are some contraindications with chasteberry, so just check in with your doctor once again, and always make an informed decision with a medical professional, because obviously I am not a medical professional, but these are just what I use to help me in my everyday life. I really swear by herbal remedies, by supplements, by superfoods. These are such important allies in my life, and such important allies with how I cope with my disease. They help me with my energy levels, with my overall mental health, my physical health. I like to move and do yoga, but in order to have the energy to be able to do the things that I love to do, I need to have a strong physical body. And so the herbs and the supplements really help me and allow me to do what I love to do, and to also keep a positive mindset about having multiple sclerosis. And yeah, so check in with your doctors, check in with your neurologist, do your own research. There's obviously common supplements and vitamins that we need in our everyday life, and then when it comes to herbal remedies, tinctures, and things of that nature, I would tune into your body a little bit more. Maybe you have a naturopath or a homeopath that can help guide you. If you don't have that, I always recommend just tuning into your body, thinking to yourself, what are you drawn to? Because that is how I discovered a lot of the herbal remedies. I just tuned in and thought, what is calling me? And that's how I found dandelion and nettle. So it's really important that you do that, and that you listen to your intuition while always being aware of what you're putting into your body with a medical professional, so that anything you're taking doesn't impact the Ocrevus or whatever medication you're on, because that is not a good thing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you find the remedies that work for you and work for your body, so that you can cope with your disease and also cope in your everyday life with a positive mindset and a healthy physical body. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Lots of love.